Versailles and it's pouring. It's like so wet outside. So sad. Hey guys, welcome back to World Joe Traveled. Today we are going to explore the Palace of Versailles. So let's get started. So whenever you're in Paris or France in general, I would highly recommend, honestly I can't recommend it enough, is going to see the Palace of Versailles. There is so much history here and it is absolutely breathtaking. I know we say that a lot, but whenever it comes to Versailles, that is the case. So the Palace of Versailles was built as a hunting lodge for King Louis VIII in the 1600s. King Louis IX expanded the chateau and moved the French court and government there in 1682. The palace was embellished by successful kings until the French Revolution in 1789. Originally, or before Versailles, the King and Queen of France actually lived at the Louvre, which I think is pretty interesting. So how to get there? You can actually take a train from Paris to Versailles and it's around 40 minutes.
We also saw lots of tour buses out there as well as taxis, so I'm sure you can book stuff online to ride out there with a big group of people or just take an Uber or a taxi out there to see it. I don't know how long those tours operate. I'm assuming they're a few hours because, the outdoor gardens alone are enormous. 2,000 acres, and you could easily spend a full day, if not several days out there seeing everything that it has to offer. It is kind of mind-blowing how extravagant it is, how over the top all this stuff is. Massive fountains, massive courtyards with just incredible landscaping, and it kind of blew my mind, and it didn't really leave much to wonder why the French people got so upset about all the extravagant spending and leading to the French Revolution in 1789.
The only other thing that I'll add about the gardens is that Marie Antoinette actually has a French village built inside the gardens. You can actually go and have lunch there. It's really cute and adorable. Also, it's open to the public as well, so you can actually go rowing there. To enter Versailles, you really need to book your ticket ahead of time. So they have 3 separate options. They have the passport, which is 32 euros per person. The palace ticket, which gives you access to everything inside the palace, is 21 euros. And then you can also just get a ticket separately for the gardens, which is 12 euros. So I will tell you that you have to book ahead of time, otherwise you're not going to get in. Additionally, if you miss your time, so you select a time whenever you're booking, if you miss that time, you won't actually be able to get in. You'll have to repurchase tickets. You will not get a refund for those. Since our flight was late into France, we had tickets on day 1. We obviously couldn't use those tickets, so we bought them on day 10 or 12, and so we had to come really at the end of our trip in order to see Versailles. Highly recommend going inside at least one time. The Palace of Mirrors is absolutely breathtaking. There will be a significant amount of people there probably any time that you go, so just plan for that. Additionally, if you want to eat there, you do have to book ahead for that as well. They do have a couple spots on site that you can eat, but again, it will be very busy. That being said, I do recommend going at least once.
The interior of the palace is just something you gotta see in your lifetime. Every little detail, it's just over the top and gold leaf, and even the walls and the doors are just masterpieces of artwork, and you got art everywhere, pottery. It's just, the furniture even is just incredible.
When you think of Versailles, I think the one thing I think of is the Hall of Mirrors. It's just absolutely iconic. If you're going there, it's definitely worth it to go into the Hall of Mirrors. It will be busy, but it is spectacular. I can't recommend it enough. There's also been a ton of runway shows that have been done in there as well. So highly, highly recommend seeing the Hall of Mirrors. Overall, Versailles is highly, highly worth a visit. Even if you're going just one time, I cannot recommend it enough. I would recommend at least 4 to 6 hours in order to see it accurately enough or spend enough time there. Definitely book ahead of time for lunch, for strolling the gardens. It is just breathtaking, and it is insane the amount of time and energy that went into that place for just a handful of people. Yeah, can't recommend it enough. Go and see it whenever you're in France, even if it's just one time. Thank you for being here. This is our last video in our France and Switzerland vlog series. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Next up, we're doing Iceland, Italy, and Portugal, which is our honeymoon. So we hope that you guys will enjoy that one as well. That's all we've got for you today. So please like, subscribe, share, and save. It helps us out here immensely. And follow us over on Instagram at A World Joe Traveled. We made it home. We had no flight issues this time. Yeah, we just landed in Springfield, Missouri, so made it home. Super happy to be home. Our bodies feel like it's like almost 5 a.m., so none of us have slept. So really excited to get home to our beds.